You're welcome to my channel. Please like, subscribe, follow, share. I have this video for you. This video is so interesting. It's about a guy that like risking his life. He like daring, risky stuff, stunts and sports. But the same thing he loved ended up, getting him right on alive. So let's dive into it and see how it goes.
Yeah.
This man became famous for jumping off a hot air balloon without a parachute.
So just yeah. What the man?
He did the most insane, the most extreme, and the most unimaginable stunts. But unfortunately, the things he loved the most also led him to death at the age of just 29. These are the final hours of the Finnish Daredevil, Antti Peitikainen.
If there's a risk, it's there for a reason. And you must take it. And I'm gonna take it just now.
Who liked to call himself an extreme artist. He was fearless, one of the most fearless people I've ever seen. Just look at how he drove his motorcycle over a bridge arch. Antti used to write, "There is fire within me that drives me to try to make the impossible possible." He did something no one has ever done.
We're gonna skydive from here. But when I woke up this morning, I feel like I'm not gonna need my parachute, so I'm gonna drop it away.
Man, what must have gotten into this guy's head to have thought about that, not to use his parachute on that very day? I don't know, extremists are like that. They want to try something that nobody has done before. They always believe they can do it. It's crazy. I wouldn't jump without a parachute. Even with a parachute, I'm scared, not to talk of without it.
And I'm gonna do it now. So just get. What the man?
Many of us who would never do things like these will think that he was crazy. But for him, this very next moment was a defining point of his career.
I'm tough enough to do it without parachute. I'm not gonna need it.
He threw away his parachute, took off his shirt, and said these words.
If there's a risk, it's there for a reason. And you must take it. And I'm gonna take it just now.
They planned it so well that his friend managed to successfully catch him before reaching the ground. It was one of the best things that ever happened to Antti's life, according to him.
Yeah. Oh, shit. Say something, man. It was cool. I was flying on my back.
At this very point, he opened the door of no return. He would go more and more extreme. Like in December 2017, he wanted to take a girl out on a date, and he wanted to be so special.
I'm gonna take her to fly with balloons about the clouds, and then we're gonna burn them. We're gonna go blow every balloon. It's really crazy. I'm not sure if it's gonna work, but we're gonna see that.
By the way Antti used to talk about the things he did, you can feel that he was really happy and excited about them.
So, Antti, what do you like to do on your free time? Read books? Netflix?
On free time, I like to do different crazy stuff and the things people not usually do. Minä pitää vaan omaa aikaa.
Mitä?
On May 18th, 2018, he shared this simple yet meaningful message. Always go for the extraordinary.
You see, that's the thing. After he tried that jump without a parachute, he believed he could do anything. He believed he could go to any extreme, any length. And that was what I believe we lead to his demise. Let's keep watching though. But he's going for extraordinary stuff now.
I was once asked about what goes on in his mind before doing a stunt, and he said, "Not fear anyway. I go through the stunt in my mind so I know I can do it before I begin." But on November 25th, 2018, he shared about this adventure of a lifetime he had just experienced. What he said had just become a bit chilling to read now. He said, "I have never been so close to death so many times in just one day." He clearly was toying with death. He was kind of inviting it into his own life. 1 month later, on December 28, 2018, he was so happy about the beautiful sunset he had just witnessed as he went on another adventure. 3 days later, January 1st, 2019, he welcomed the new year the best way he knew how, going on a base jumping adventure. Just in the first month of that year, Antti had done a lot of great adventures, from driving all day long in the Sahara Desert, jumping off a cliff, speed riding and speed flying off the snowy mountains of France, to powder skiing, and to skydiving. In his short life, he had seen the most beautiful parts of the world by doing the things he loved.
Sunshine. Super nice.
Yo, but let's be honest, man. This guy really lived his life, man. He lived a very interesting and adventurous life. You know, he was going for different adventures in different countries and locations around the world that nobody has, like a lot of people have not been to. So, I mean, he lived the life, but taking that risk and facing death every time was something that became like an adrenaline for him. So he had to face his reality.
He had many more plans.
We bought a plane and we're gonna learn how to fly.
On February 2019, he celebrated his 29th birthday. Sadly, his last birthday ever. He didn't waste any of his time. Whether he was alone or he was with his friends, he went on every adventure. He jumped, flew, drove for as long as he could. But in May of that year, everything started to change. He had his first training for a motocross racing competition. He was even counting down the days, and he even got a new bike for it the next day. On May 9th, he posted this picture, the picture that would become his last post ever. Because on May 26th, 2019, he bravely and proudly took off with his motorcycle during a 3-hour race. But sadly, he never got to finish that race. Because halfway through the race, he lost control of his motorcycle and he hit a tree so hard no one saw the exact moment it happened. They just found Antti in the middle of the forest and tried to save him. But it was all too late. The idea of toying with his life unfortunately backfired and he died at the age of 29, with so many more adventures and plans ahead of him that never came to life. Antti did die young, but he died doing the things he loved. And he wasted no time. In his last moments, he was genuinely happy. He always liked to say, "No one has ever done that or ever will." And so in some way, possibly, I hope you get inspired by his story to do the things you have always wanted to do. But in all of it, I obviously encourage you to put your life first and be careful. Rest in peace, Antti.
Yo, so we've come to the end of the video. Wow. This was an interesting but sad video at the same time, you know. It helped us understand about like how to not take everything or anything to an extreme. Live your life the best way, be adventurous, you know, but don't take it to an extreme. For me, I'm out right now. See you in the next one, baby. Ciao.